vinyasa yoga flow. It's going to be not super long or super crazy, but I want to get up, get moving. I'm here in Oak Island this weekend, so if you want to join me and you're online, feel free, or welcome if you're watching this after. I'm going to start in a grounded position with my forehead touching the ground. And when I'm in this grounded position, I'm just going to reflect inward and be intentional with my practice and focus on just my breathing at this very moment. And we're going to slowly breathe in, hold it at the top, and then release out your mouth. And when you breathe in and you release out your mouth, you are going to be intentional with each time focusing on your breath and focusing inward on what your intention is for your practice. And when you get a few breaths in and out, we're going to breathe out our nose. And then we're going to go to all fours, hands and knees. We're going to do some cat and cows. And you're going to feel the stretch elongating in your lower back. And just to wake up our abs this morning, we're going to do a bear paw pose where we put our hands firmly in the ground and we lift our knees up with our toes bent. You can even add more pressure on your forearms by just going without lifting your toes under, which puts the focus more on your upper body. And when you hold it here, you're focusing more on your upper arm strength, but you can go either way. If you want a balanced weight distribution to wake yourself up, this way works as well. Hold it here. If you fall out, just get back in. The cool thing about yoga is I feel like it wakes you up even when you get sometimes crummy sleep. It helps you connect with what you thought you didn't know you needed, meaning it connects you with the unknown. Sometimes you don't really know what your body is craving at that very moment, and it will help connect you with that. And yoga is so intentional and pure that what it provides you with is more than you think that you need. So you're going to lift your left arm back, your right arm in front, and hold this pose for a moment. Feel your abs waking up. And then out to the side, hold and breathe and focus your intention for the day. And then release and set it down. And we're going to do the same with the other side, your left arm out in front, your right arm out, and then pull it up to the side, hold and breathe. And then set it down and release. And by now, hopefully your abs are more woken up. And we're going to go and revert back to a downward dog. And this is your first chance in this pose. So you're going to walk it out, bend side to side, and then walk your hands back, half lift, forward fold, stand tall, side bend to the right, feel that stretch, center, side bend to the left, and then we're going to clasp our hands behind our back, forward fold, walk it out to a vinyasa, which is basically a push up, and then you lean back, and then back to your downward dog. Now we're going to do things, we're going to step forward into a low lunge. Feel the stretch in your inner thigh. If you sit all day and your legs are holding tension or your thighs are, this is a great move. It really releases all the tension and stress within your inner thighs. And then from here, I'm stretching out my legs right here. I'm going to lift up opposite arms to opposite side. forward fold, and then I'm gonna go back to a downward dog. And then I'll walk my hands back into that side bends again. Half lift, forward fold, stand tall, side bend to the right, center, side bend to the left. Clasp your hands behind your back. Forward fold, walk it out. Vinyasa. Now the cool thing about yoga is you can really reset your mind with yoga moves. You can really be intentional and pure with what you want, because your yoga mainly focuses on refocusing on your breath work. Now I just did a half pigeon on the right where I lift my right leg high, bend it in front, and lean forward. And when you're here, you can feel this inner stretch in your thigh. Really stretches it out. Then we're gonna lift it up, step it through, crescent lunge, lift your arms overhead, gaze follows. And then pyramid pose, clasp your hands behind your back, lean forward, and then half moon, right hand in front of your right foot, lift your left hand up to the sky, gaze follows. And then we're gonna cross our left foot over our right knee, twist to the left, temple dancer. And then Padangusthasana B or A. And then back towards center. Standing split. And back to a vinyasa. Left leg high. Half pigeon on the left. Lean over. And feel that stretch again in your inner thigh. Might feel amazing if you haven't stretched out that inner thigh in a while. Even if you have. Lift your left leg up. Crescent lunge. And it's easy to lose your balance in these. And then pyramid pose. Lean over your left leg and then left hand down. Right hand up toward the sky, gaze follows. And then we're gonna cross our right leg over our left. I could definitely feel the stretch in my left leg. For some reason, it feels great. Temple dancer, twist to the left. Right hand, right foot to the sky. Padangusthasana B. And then standing split. And then vinyasa. And then back to downward dog. So your body should feel super warmed up by now. So we're gonna walk our hands back to the back of our mat, half lift, forward fold, chair pose, and we're just gonna hold it here for a few moments. Setting our intention back inward. See how yoga gets your mind off of whatever crazy is going on and back towards your breath. That's its true intention. You could be doing yoga if you're just sitting there, focusing inwardly on your breath. I'm gonna do a twist to the right, gaze follows. Center, twist to the left. Gaze follows. Stand tall, mini back bend. Forward fold, half lift. Walk it out for a vinyasa. And then back to a downward dog. So right leg lifts, half pigeon, where you lean over your right leg. And then back with your right leg up, step it through, crescent lunge, pyramid pose where you bend over your right leg, gaze follows up toward your thigh, and then half moon, plant your right hand down, your left hand up toward the sky, gaze follows, and then you're gonna twist your left leg over your right, twist to the right, temple dancer. And then Padangusthasana B, Lift your left leg out and stand here, and then standing split. And then from standing split, you're gonna set that foot down, put your right arm on your right leg with your left hand overhead like you're doing a swim stroke. And this side angle pose is so good for your side body. Like, I can't even explain how amazing it feels. Then from here, you can clasp your hands behind your back if you want to feel this extra stretch. And then we're gonna go into a dragonfly twist to a seated split. And then we're gonna do a gate pose, which is similar. It's gonna have this side stretch put on your right side. And you're gonna put your foot out in front, your left knee is bent with your right arm overhead like another swim stroke. And you're gonna feel the side stretch on your right side of your body. And then back to a vinyasa. And we're gonna do those poses on the left side. So left leg high, half pigeon, forward fold over your left leg. And then back with your left leg up, crescent lunge, pyramid pose, clasp your hands behind your back, lean over your left leg, gaze follows toward your thigh, left hand planted, right arm toward the sky, half moon. And then we're gonna bend our right knee, our right leg over our left knee, twist to the right, to the left, temple dancer. And then you're gonna grab that foot, Padangusthasana B. And then we're gonna do a standing split. So we're gonna hold it here for a second. And then we're gonna step that foot down and bend our left knee, lean our right arm overhead, feel it in the right side body here, and then clasp your hands underneath your leg. If you wanna feel this extra stretch, it really stretches out your shoulder and feels amazing. And then we're gonna go from here into a dragonfly twist, and then seated split, where your right knee is bent, your left knee is forward, and then gate pose. So you're gonna put your left arm overhead. You're gonna feel the side stretch in your left side body with your right knee bent. The gate pose is so amazing, especially if you sit at a desk all day. And then back to a vinyasa. And then back to downward dog. And then from here, we're gonna walk our hands back to our feet, half lift, forward fold, chair pose. Just hold it here for a moment. And while you're holding it here, focusing inward on how far you've come, because yoga focuses on the poses or the breath work more so than whatever is going on in the outside world. We remember that when all is said and done, those emotions or whatever was filling our mind don't need to fill our mind. We can fill our mind with other things that are truly intentional and mindset driven. And that's why yoga is so pure and amazing, because it takes your focus off of everything else that goes on outside this world. Half pigeon on the right, and then I'm gonna lift your right leg high, step it through, crescent lunge, pyramid pose, half moon, and then cross your right leg over your left leg over your right, temple dancer, twist your right arms over, and then grab your left foot, stand it in front, Padangusthasana B. And then we're gonna step it down and lift our left arm overhead. And then dragonfly twist, seated split, gate pose. And then back to your vinyasa. And then those same poses on the left. Lift your left leg high, half pigeon. And then lift your left leg back, step it through, crescent lunge, pyramid pose. Feel the stretch here. Half moon. And then we're gonna cross our right leg over our left. Temple dancer, we're gonna twist over the right leg, grab your right leg, stick it out to the side, Padangusthasana B, standing split, and then step that foot down, lift your right arm overhead, and then dragonfly twist, seated split, gate pose. Now these poses can obviously be any more challenging if you desire, or you can always do modifications. And then back to the downward dog. So from here, I'm gonna walk my hands back toward my feet, half lift, and then I'm gonna stand tall, Samastitikin. I'm gonna step my right foot forward. I'm gonna be facing one of the sides of my mat, and then I'm gonna point my right toe toward the front, and I'm gonna lift my left hand overhead. It's gonna be a reverse triangle, but it's gonna feel amazing. I'm gonna lift my left hand overhead, stick my right hand toward the sky, gaze follows, and feel the twist. Each side will be different for this pose, but what is truly intentional about this is how you're waking up your body and you're causing your mind to focus inward on the pose and looking up at your right hand. So many times we lose focus on things in life because other things get in the way of it, like our emotions and what we truly want. We can't get out of it because we're so caught up in these other things that are blocking us in our mind. And it's really easy to do that in life. So we're gonna go back to forward fold, stand tall, and then we're gonna switch sides. So we're gonna twist our left leg to the back of the room, put our right arm overhead, put your right hand down, left hand toward the sky, gaze follows. So being intentional and pure with what we are trying not to focus on. And I swear every time it happens, every time we do it, yoga helps to get us there. Yoga can help us to take away our focus on what isn't necessary. And when you really strip your mind of those things that are not necessary, you're really resetting your mind, and you're really realizing that you have the power to do whatever you want to do. I'm gonna walk back. I'm gonna go to hands and knees. But when you realize you have the power to control your mind, and it's so easy to get your mind off topic or to get your mind in places where it shouldn't be. So you're gonna put your hands firmly on the ground. We're gonna try an inversion, and put your head down and just go up to whatever inversion in your body feels pure and amazing. If you don't challenge yourself, you don't grow. And if you don't grow, you can't go to places that you didn't think you could go. So I encourage you to try some form of inversion in your practice, because inversions are so good for reversing blood flow and helping grow yourself and challenge yourself. So I always say to try against a wall, because the wall will help. Whew. And then when you're done, or if you fall out, just keep trying and trying again, just like life. A lot of people don't get places because they're lucky. They get places because they're disciplined, And they know that if they keep coming back and trying again and again, because success is only grown through failures, that they've tried again and again and again multiple times to get where they want to be successfully. And just remember, your view of success may not be theirs. Everyone's view of success is different. Just like everyone has different goals in life. So we're gonna do some stretches for the yin part of yoga. I'm gonna put my legs together in a butterfly pose, stand tall, and then lean over your legs. Now, it might not seem like it's that much of a bend at first, but as gravity works and your prana ujjhana breath slows down, you can really get deeper into this pose. And if you're like me, your thighs really need this pose. So I'm going to ask you to ask yourself right now, what do you really need? Or what did you really need out of this practice that you feel like you were successfully able to get out of it? Was it mindset? Was it refocusing? Was it clarity? Was it cleaning up the mess in your mind and realizing that those emotions didn't truly matter and they were irrelevant? Was it maybe you had a bad day yesterday and you're starting out your day better today? Was it, there could be 1,000 different reasons why, but the point being is that you have this power to really look inside your mind and be somewhere else mentally. It's so easy to give away this power to internal things that basically is your emotion that you didn't think that when you don't think clearly. And it's something that you have to remind yourself of probably daily, hourly. And when you really let go and realize that you have this power to do that, it really helps. Sometimes it's hard because you get emotional, you get passionate, you get whatever, but if you remember that we're all human and we have this great ability that we have to rediscipline ourselves over and over again to overcome, then it can be a little bit easier. We just have to remember that discipline is the key to getting there. Discipline in your mind, discipline in your body, and knowing that we're human, we make mistakes, but we can control these things. We can control our emotions if we really step outside and reset our mind every now and then. And I think this is something that's lost on a lot of people. They don't give themselves enough time to fill their cup or enough time to get to that point. So they actually, in turn, are so overwhelmed, so stressed, so anxious that what they really want is not very clear and they're not emotionally disciplined. But anyways, this concludes my yoga practice for Saturday morning. Thank you so much for joining. I do plan on trying to do live yoga at least once a week. So thank you for joining. Thanks for the likes. And I hope you subscribe and follow. I have other social media channels as well. Have a wonderful Saturday.